Hello everybody and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pit Stain Hobbies. We're back with our awesome, super rare Eaglemoss Russia MI-24 Hind attack helicopter. As you can see, I have been quite busy for many hours filling and sanding body filler into all these screw holes. It has been a waking nightmare of filler, but the helicopter is almost ready for primer. How exciting is that? I'm excited. Are you excited? I can smell your excitement through the screen. Either way, click the links below, whatever links I have down there. At least it's my Amazon link to buy the tools I use on my workbench. So what I've got here is a Romanian company back in the day made a masking set. And this is KV Models, okay? So facebook.com/KV Models Hobby or vk.com/KV Models online. If you happen to get your hands on one of these, there is a window masking set. So we are going to mask up all these windows, which is boring as all get out. I mean, I'll be honest. Let me put on the spectacles. Yeah, you're watching a spectacle of lunacy. But let me get the specs on, and we're going to mask off. And these are actually directional. They're not perfectly square, these windows. They're somewhat rectangular. And we're going to mask all of these off, including the cockpit on the, I think, and also we have masks for the inside and the outside of the cockpit doors. One on this side that swings out this way, one on that side that swings out that way. I'm going to get all those masks off. I've rubbed it down with isopropyl alcohol. So let me get all these masks on, and then we will go to the paint booth and get black primer on here, because we're going to do a shadow coat before we paint it. I think that will be really cool. I think it will make it look pretty badass without much weathering or panel lining or anything else. Like, yeah, doing a shadow coat. So it's going to get masked. We'll be back. We're going to do black primer and then a white, highlight coat in the middle of the panels. And this should be friggin' amazing when it's done. Oh my God. And then we'll mask off and airbrush and hand paint anything we need to do with landing gear and, stowage and weapons. I've also liquid masked off all the lights. So the light here, the light on the bottom, the little red light that flashes up here. It's hard to see because the liquid mask dried, but there is liquid mask on there. So that's liquid masked. This, I think I don't care. I'll just let it get painted, and then I'll just hit it with, a paintbrush or a paint marker at the end. But yeah, this thing is going to fill the paint booth. It is going to fully stuff my orifice. My paint booth's orifice. Sorry. Yeah. So be right back. Okay, well, our masking is on, and it didn't cover all the windows. So the KV Models covered the outline of some of the windows, and I had to fill it in with Tamiya tape and Display tape. And everything else is pretty much masked off and liquid masked, and I'm not worrying about the gun. I'll hand paint that. That's going to be fine. And if anybody had questions about the size of the Pace 36-inch Peacekeeper, the opening is 34 inches long, or 86 centimeters wide. Well, 86 and a half. Okay? So, and it's also 14 inches tall and or 35 and a change centimeters tall. So I had a viewer ask recently, how big is it compared to a 350 scale battleship? But I don't have a 350 scale battleship. But I do have a 1/24th scale MI-24 Hind attack helicopter, which is damn near as big. But all of our masking is on here, and we've got our Mr. Hobby finishing surfacer 1500 black. So we're going to do our black primer over everything, including this fin. I'll paint that myself afterwards. And also the triple barrel 12.7 millimeter Gatling gun at the front, and the little radome thingy bobber on the other side. Can we? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's the little radome. I don't know what I think it's a radar thing. I think. But I'm gonna close up the landing gear bays. I taped off the front landing gear. So basically, it's gonna be a multi-stage primer job. Oh no! I forgot the most important step. Oh my God. Thank God I did not go too far. Where is my gloss clear? Yes. We need this first. I'm sorry. Oh my God, how did I forget? Oh, that might be a boo-boo I have to fix later. Yeah, so what I do when I put on masking is I hit it with just a gloss clear. I need to turn on all of the exhaust right now. Oh, come on. Yes. So I'm going to let that dry. And what that does is if there's going to be any paint bleed through the masking tape, it will be gloss clear. So it won't really make a huge difference on the windows. And we could always buff off a little bit with some plastic polish. So I'm going to let that dry for a hot minute. And, oh no! Oh, it's touching me! Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have dehydrated our clear coat, and that should seal in our masking tape on the windows. And now we're putting on some Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500, and oh boy. Oh dear. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to repaint that jet intake, that turbine intake. So I'm doing a black coat on this because I am gonna do a white coat, highlight coat. There we go. And we'll deal with any fallout we have left over from this. Oh my God, it's so smelly. So smelly. But we've got our Peacekeeper with our extraction And right now the air quality meter is losing its frickin' mind. It's going insane. Yeah, the air quality meter is not happy with me. And let's here we go. No! Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Dear God. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure I clear coated both sides of this. If not, well, I'll have some messy windows. There we go. And let's get some more. Oh, this can is almost dead. Oh, God. Ah. Dead. Fallen soldier. Let's get a fresh can out. We're gonna shake her up. Here we go. I'm gonna do a little bit of Oni Lab paint mixer on it. It's in the Amazon link below if you want a paint mixer. Okay, I'm not super concerned with getting every single nook and crevice primed, just the majority of where I have the screw holes. I'm gonna, once this dries, and I'm just gonna let it sit here and dry, I'm gonna flip it on its side, and I'm gonna prime the bottom, and then I will be back to show you the white highlight coating, which will be fun. That'll be cool. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So there we go. That's it for now. I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, we're back, and our black primer is dry, and it's beautifully smooth. It's almost a semi-gloss. Well, it is a semi-gloss when it's done drying. What we're doing now is we loaded up our airbrush with some Tamiya Flat White XF2. And what I'm going to do now, a highlight coat. Some people do mottling. I've never really done mottling for the most part. I always do like a panel highlight, so I go in the centers of each panel. You could also prime it white and then do the edges of each panel black, but I find this easier because I'm a crappy painter. So we're just gonna come in here. I've kind of preset. My air pressure might be a tiny bit on the high side for Tamiya's white. Tamiya's white is the only paint I really have trouble with being over thinned and over pressured on a fairly regular basis. I'm gonna drop this thing down to like 10 psi. And there's a little bit of a mottling effect happening in here by default, because I'm just not being super smooth with the paint. And it's not an exact science. And, you know, panels in sunlight, they don't all weather exactly the same. Yeah, this paint is spitting a bit, which means I've probably over-thinned it. So don't do as I say, not as I do. You could use any white paint you want. It doesn't matter. You know, this is a lacquer primer. You could use lacquer paint, you could use enamel paint, you could use acrylic like I'm using. Well, to me is a weird acrylic. I don't care. Just the standard flat white. And we just want to get in, you know, a little bit of detail. And like even the smaller panels. And we're just going to do this all over this helicopter, which is going to take a minute. Like, seriously. We got like an access panel latch over here and here. Like those are going to be spots while we're, you know, we'll add, you know, some chipping maybe afterwards via sponge. If the helicopter is determined by Elaine to be sponge worthy. We're going to name this helicopter something. I don't know. I think I'm going to name her Ursula. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you get the idea what I'm doing. I'm going in and leaving the edges of all these panels black. The black primer also is just a really good. The Mr. Hobby Surfacer 1500 black is such a good primer. I've basically switched from Tamiya primers to almost exclusively using Mr. Hobby primers. But we're going to do a whole lot more of this for a whole lot more time. If you want to watch it, catch the March 21st live stream of Hobby Time Modelers. At HTM_USA is the YouTube handle. And I will be on there and unfiltered, making complete ass of myself while doing all of this very tedious paint work. And I'll see you in a little bit if I don't see you on the live stream. Alrighty, we're after a little painting marathon. We have our shadow and highlight coat done on 99.5% of the actual helicopter. We got our wings in black Mr. Hobby primer. I started prepping the rocket pods by sanding them down. One of them I primed before just to see how it would look. And I also drilled a bajillion tiny little holes in them. They show up better after the primer, that's why I primed one. Because these were just dimples. They weren't full-on holes. So yeah, so we got all those little holes drilled. That's a pain in the ass. We had to use a little microscopic, it's like a 2mm high-speed steel drill bit because the PCB bits just kept snapping on me because they're not really meant for that use. So high-speed steel drill bits are what you want for that task. And now it's just a lot of grunt work that no one's going to give a crap to watch. You know, more highlight coating, more primering of rocket pods, and then I'm going to start masking off the top half of the helicopter so I can get the, let's get the colors out. Come on, Ian, be prepared. That's the cockpit, there we go, there's superiority. And we've got the Russian colors, there we go. So the lower section of the hull will be airframe. Sorry, airframe. It's not a tank. It looks like it's gonna. I mean, it's like a flying tank. Air Superiority Blue, FS 35450, real colors by AK. And then for the upper part of the fuselage, we have RC 878 Russian grayish yellow. And then for the camo pattern, we have RC 879 Russian gray green. And those are my, you know, Afghanistan war era colors. They're close to it. Don't go into the pedanticism with me. This is the best I can figure out. So that's what I'm going with. And yeah, so I'm going to come back next episode. I think we've had enough time together today with the Hind. I'm really, like, I mean, if I haven't destroyed this thing already, it's past its durability test with all of the sanding of all of the Bondo that I've had to put all over this damn thing. So I can highly recommend this little Display sander guy. Go to the Amazon link below to my store and search for that weird spelled word, or just reciprocating sander is actually better, because I think they're kind of obfuscating their name on Amazon for some loophole or ban, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, so yeah, just a lot more grunt work on this. I mean, painting a 1/24th scale, a mostly die-cast scale model of a Russian Hind helicopter. You can see it's in a 36-inch pace spray booth, and it's taken up the whole damn thing, basically. It is an unwieldy beast to paint. You just need some real estate and good air extraction, of course. But yeah, that's where we're at now. So this thing's awesome. I again, once again, deeply thank the person who graciously sold this kit to me, and I even thank the weird Romanian shopping agents who got me the one missing part I needed that was missing from this kit. And there we go. So we'll see you next time on Pit Stain Hobbies. Thank you for watching. Adios, everybody.